welcome back everyone. This is Cast Mirage. Welcome back to this Persona 4 Arena Ultimax blind playthrough. Let's begin. We are doing Naoto's story, and hopefully we can finish Naoto's, Misuru, and Akihiko. Maybe we can get started on Aige's story. I don't know if we will be able to finish it though. Probably not. Gigantic creature behind the shadows. I had begun to think it's a part of the shadow itself. Vanished with a loud roar. I managed to defeat her. She shows no further sign of resistance. Hutches there, turn around, walk to Labrys, who's still sitting on the floor, being held up by Rize-chan. He seems Teddy has also regained consciousness. He had broken into sweat, flustered. He stands next to Rize-chan. Labrys has a menacing look on her face, and she hangs her head. She's human-like. The sheer authenticity that expression makes through appears in my mind.
I didn't have the chance to introduce myself. I'm Naoto Shirogane. You're Labrys. Is that correct?
She raises her head, but neither confronts or denies it. She just quietly stares at her double across the room. Machine given ability to summon persona. The personality, the persona ability was the primary objective of her creation. The fact that she also developed heart came as a byproduct. How much suffering did she have to go through, having been treated like an object for so long? This isn't easy to imagine.
To understand your pain. It was only today that I learned you existed. To say nothing of the weapons program from which you sprung. But there is one thing I do understand.
I kneel and look down at Labrys' eyes.
Carefully at me. Do I seem like a man or a woman to you?
What do you mean?
You and I are alike. There is such a gulf between what we yearn to be and what we are that we have trouble accepting our true nature.
Our true nature?
Just as I cannot break the glass ceiling of my profession, you cannot become human. That is the painful truth. But if we were able to change, would that truly bring us happiness? I feel there is something only you or I can offer, because of who we really are.
There's something a machine like me can offer? Even if there is something like that, there's no place I belong.
That's not true. I'm not human either, but I work at Jeunesse. The part-time ladies give me sweets sometimes and everything.
The heart is always lacking something. It may be that you and I will be troubled by this same thing for the rest of our lives. But please don't forget that you're not alone anymore.
I'm not alone.
I nod strongly to Labrys. She looks up at me. I repeated for emphasis.
Don't worry. You're not alone.
That's right. I'll stick to you like glue.
And it won't be just us. I'm sure you'll make lots of friends with everyone in town. Really? A machine? Like me?
We nod. Labrys stands up and approaches her shadow.
I said it's okay to be me. Doesn't that make you happy too?
She takes the shadow's head and drops his head listlessly.
So sorry I locked you up inside me for all that time. We'll be okay now. I'm not alone. And you're not either, right?
Labrys, there are some people from the Kirijo group here looking for you.
I wonder if they'll stick me back in that box again. Of course they will. After all, it caused a lot of trouble. What else are they gonna do?
I can't say anything about that for certain, but you should talk with them. It's your right to be where you belong.
Yeah, you're right.
The moment I hear several sets of footsteps approach from outside, I stand take a fighting pose for an instant, but relax when I hear familiar voices. I ease up and smile.
Is everyone alright?
Whoa, Senpai! You're back from the city already?
Never mind him, Kanji-kun. What about you? What have you been doing all this time?
The shadow host was defeated. Invisible wall must have disappeared. This place is familiar to all of us. Which though Wall Scout fighting each other's piece of cake.
Yo, Naoto. Guess you made the big meetup after all, huh?
fate or something.
Actually, is that really you, Teddy? You're so blind sometimes, Yosuke.
Rise-chan, I'm so glad you're safe. Senpai, you're all here.
Kyujo-san's group comes in behind Senpai and the others. The room instantly fell silent. Perhaps some of the others had encountered them during a match before I did, but in general everyone was shocked to see them. Kyujo-san waves between all of us and walks directly towards
You
Labrys.
must be Labrys.
Are we gonna have this Labrys fight in this room instead of on the rooftop?
I'm Mitsuru Kirijo. You may have heard already, but I came to collect you.
Collect. At that, Labrys takes steps back. I put my hand on her shoulder and confront her. She looks at me and I nod. Human, robot, anyone, that doesn't change anything. And no matter who you are, the things you have to carry out through your own actions, using your own words.
I don't want to go back in that box. Or to that lab.
Labrys meant to say, and the voice breaks up from behind Kyujo-san.
Mitsuru-san, I'd like to ask that you consider her request. Labrys's, my sister's abilities, will surely be useful to us. Please, can't we enlist her on a trial basis and see what happens?
Sister, surprised by the unfamiliar appellation, Labrys took towards the
You're a
speaker.
robot too. It's nice to meet you. I'm Aegis, the 7th generation anti-shadow suppression weapon. I'm your successor. Sister, we're sisters?
She answered Labrys with a smile, amazing her tone of expression. They're also human. Labrys is more like like not mentioning the stupid accent they decided to give her. Like Labrys speak is more fluent than Aegis.
I'd like to third their request. I'm well aware that I'm in no place to make demands on you, but
Kyujo-san gives a very smile, and after third objection.
I'm starting to feel like the bad guy. There's no need to worry. I wasn't thinking of sealing you away again.
Really?
You've awakened to your persona and gained control over it. True. I don't know for sure that the danger is past, but I don't feel that you need to be sealed off from humanity, particularly since it's obvious that you have a heart. Kirijo-san.
Labby-chan doesn't need to be all alone anywhere? Yay!
Naoto, sorry to interrupt, but who are these people?
They kinda look like a bunch of freaks.
Yeah, I mean, one of them's not even human.
I guess she's a robot?
Wait a sec. Kirijo? As in the Kirijo group? Wait, what? What's going on here?
All my friends begin to look at me, the only one who knows everything. Where should I start? More importantly, how much should I disclose? Either way, it looks like it's going to be a long explanation. First of all, I suggest we change locations. It's important to share information, but it's important we all get out of here safely. Teddy leads us to the roof. While we open the doors, we find ourselves in a place that looks nothing like the real thing. Everyone beside Teddy starts in surprise. Outdoors space and resembles a TV studio. That's right, this place was we used the entrance lobby in the TV world last year. Disappeared once, now they reappeared when Labrys entered the world, created the school here. The others told me a midnight channel aired again. Whoever watched the broadcast must have associated with the last year's airing. To explain why it looks exactly the same. Any rate, looks like we'll be able to exit here in one place. As I sign your relief, Country-san turns to
I
us.
should introduce myself to the rest of you. I am Mitsuru Kirijo. I cannot tell you who I am affiliated with or my position, but I bear all responsibility for Labrys. This case, the whole disturbance was mainly due to us. I'm very sorry for putting you in such danger.
Kyujo-san sums up the sequence of events. Labrys entering the door was caused by she and the others came here after her.
How do you know Mitsuru-san, Naoto-kun?
That's... well... Shirogane was working with us. Since it was our first time in this world, he helped us safely reach Labrys.
So, the job you had was to bring Mitsuru-san and the others here?
Huh? Well, that was basically it. I'm sorry, but there are some things he cannot disclose. I ask for your understanding in that regard.
Sure, detective stuff. I getcha. That's pretty cool.
To do Sanada-san, Aiga-san didn't say a word, even after Kuroda-san's explanation. It's not completely alive, but still, I shrug and sighing softly. Now that she's seeing I'm not denying the part in her less than vulgar explanation, I might as well be admitting that my investigation positions me against her.
I really am no match for her.
Well then, let's all go home. Alrighty, attention please. The trip doesn't end until we get out of the TV.
Dude, you really gave us a scare. And this isn't the first time either. Well, at least it ended well.
You know, I understand about Rise-chan and Teddy, but why did Kanji-kun go missing again?
Huh? Oh, well, because,
You needed a change of pace, no?
What?
Did I misspeak? You said something like, sometimes a man just wants to be alone inside a TV.
And Zip!
Naoto, you bastard! Why didn't you tell him that?
Labrys loves those small talks. Like in her, I begin to feel like the episode wasn't so bad after all. But suddenly, Labrys' smile disappears and her body freezes in non-natural position. Labrys does not answer me. Sanada-san shouts out a warning.
Get away from her!
Everyone jumps back, confused. Kanji wasn't even sure he was supposed to go back away for at first. Soon though, all stand around her in a ring. Labrys stands in the center, completely motionless.
I don't know. I can only tell that she's probably being controlled from outside.
Controlled? So watch her confused and nervous. Labrys' right hand slowly begins to move. Reaches around the back and to her thrust, rather to the axe. Labrys' eyes are staring blankly into space, but suddenly glance at me. The warning comes at the same instant of the attack. I can feel wind of the axe passing. I bend backward to dodge the blow. If she'd gone after anyone else, things might not have been so fortunate. I'm the only one who had actually seen the attack before. Labrys followed with something different. Dude, I love Labrys' persona. I got instead myself. That's white, elegant silhouette behind Labrys. I've almost forgotten. Labrys now has a power persona. Fighting her won't be as easy as before.
Why? Never mind, it can wait.
I emerge victorious, but I don't have enough energy to remain to run up to her. I breath heavily and look at her. I guess I'll rush towards Labrys in my place.
Sister, are you alright?
Suddenly, an uncanny voice echoes through the studio.
To think she'd fall so easily.
Everyone glances around, trying to find where it came from.
That she'd provide more entertainment. What disappointment.
Okay, like in everybody else's storyline, it was definitely a guy who was speaking through Labrys. But in Nano's, it's weird because like it's an echo of a guy. Like you can't tell if the true culprit is a male or female from this scene. But like in all the rest of them, it's pretty clear that whoever is behind this is male. As soon as the sentence is complete, all eyes are turned towards me. I cannot blame them. After all, this voice was mine. Darkness in the center ring twists and the smirks like gel. A face forms in the surface and hardens into limbs, a human-like body, and stands up. Thing stands before them was again me. No, just something taking my shape. Whoa, hold on.
Shadow? Why?
What? Oh, so that's why. So like, Naoto didn't fight his shadow form, like, but he's fighting it now.
I thought you disappeared.
I can't stop myself from being filled with anxiety, but I keep my voice calm and ask the
Who are
question.
you? Once you've gained your persona, you're not supposed to see your shadow again. That's what you thought, isn't it? Did you really think I had gone away? Well, too bad. Man cannot let go so easily of his weakness. I'm always with you.
No, this can't be happening.
And from becoming even more disturbed, certainly had cause to worry, but could the same thing happen to them? Will it? I, however, do not stir. Instead, I suddenly understood what had happened. This thing's objective was clear to cause us panic.
Farce. You are not my shadow.
I walk towards the copy of me, the real
I
enemy.
know that for two reasons. First, I was able to use my persona in the battle just now. Once persona and shadow are two sides of a coin. If you are my shadow, my persona should have been unusable. Second, you took control of Labrys just now. That's an unusual power far beyond the capabilities of a human like myself. I'm sorry to say you've dug yourself a deeper hole by showing off that ability. With a power like that, you could drive a man to extreme acts, which was the missing piece in this case. You mean the hijacking wasn't just the work of a highly motivated crew? Rather, whoever we're talking to now was... It was Labrys' dark wish that we fight each other. But what if someone knew beforehand that that would happen? Labrys has a heart, but she's also a machine. Unlike humans, her memories can be tampered with. By using Labrys, you thought you could orchestrate the disturbance her shadow would create in this world. Your objective is, as you just said, to gather persona users, have them fight, disrupt their hearts, and steal their personas. That's why you're appearing in the form of my shadow right now, to confuse me. You're the real puppet master behind this case. I'm surprised. Very insightful of you, Naoto Shirogane. Quite impressive work. I didn't expect you to fight back this fiercely. Sadly, it seems things won't be going according to plan this time. But I'll make use of what tools I have to the very end. This is my last chance. No, more like a marvelous entertainment. Now stand, my puppet.
Labrys struggles to her feet. There's no doubt about it, this is a person controlling Labrys. And she has yet to break free from the spell. Okay, I like that post segment where Naoto basically wasn't fooled by her shadow like everybody else. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I like that.
Poor thing. It's all worn out because of you. It shouldn't have much strength left to fight. But unless you destroy it, it will keep rising up and attacking you all. What will you do?
Labrys pointed her axe at me for a second, no third time. Rather than caution, I felt a sympathy. The force killing a comrade against one's will. I see now. This is the path her shadow had talked about.
Shirogane, you need to stand back.
Kyujo steps in front of me.
If we all attack her, we may end up destroying Labrys. But she's just under its control. If we can release her, she should stop attacking.
I glance over our research.
Possible? Alright, I'll give it a try.
Perhaps Rizzo-san's persona is powerful enough to do it. I think it's worth a try, however.
It's no use. What is that thing? It's not a shadow. It's way too strong.
I had a feeling things wouldn't be so easy. Out of the options, Kyujo-san signals Aiga-san with a troubled look on her face.
Prepare for the worst.
Aiga-san opens her eyes in shock. Look of intolerant, not looking a good kind. She quickly regains her composure and begins readying her weapons. She slowly aims on Labrys, realizing what's happening. Rize hastily interjects.
Let me try again.
Again, Aiga-san pays her no heed. Labrys is in her sight. She looks calm, but her just seeing her expression, that's only natural. She called Labrys her sister.
Now suffer. Relinquish your personas.
At that very moment, Kuja suddenly looks up. She closes her eyes. She gathers her strength and had when she tried to establish a line of communication with her own persona. But who's she trying to reach?
Now.
I need some water.